Right, this is the first part of the jig. First of all, we have a 25mm machined bar. This actually ensures that the block will sit perpendicular to where the lathe will machine, and also it's actually temperature sensitive. It's accurate at 20 degrees C. This is a perfect fit between the bearing centers. This is just a guide. This will enable me to actually, once I've piled it off, to get the block fairly accurately within the lathe without the second part, which will be DTIing it to make sure it's absolutely perfect. So I'll show you on the next video this bit parted off and what I mean. That's just the guide. Our block. This is again temperature sensitive. I need to have it at about 20 degrees and then it's an absolute perfect fit. So now the block sits accurate enough for me to now make this other part of the jig on my faceplate to enable me to actually get this to sit dead perpendicular to the line bar. This needs to be parted off. Sit in the bearing. Everything is so tight to make sure that I don't. So effectively what's going to happen is I'll have two plates, this side and this side, which will then be welded to a flat plate. Flat plate on my faceplate. And then two plates this side and that side. So these plates, this is the mounting, the fixings. Oh, excuse me. That will mount that side, the other one will mount this side. I've got a couple of collars to keep everything tight. The way I'm going to keep it true so this is a machined surface which is perpendicular to the crank. This is a flat machined surface, so I know it's true to the actual block. Once I put this on, I'll actually dial in a like adjustable plane. So this will actually bolt upside down, bolt this way, and then I can dial it in by just adjusting it round to make sure it sits dead true. But you can imagine the amount of things I have to address. If this was in free space, it would be almost impossible. So the whole point of this guide, which sits in the cylinder bore, is that I can get everything close with adjustment as it stands now, because there's hardly any movement, and this has been machined true for the lathe. So it doesn't matter what's going on the outside, everything's been machined true to the lathe. So it means my line bore will be true, everything will be true against the crank pin. Sorry, against the crank 25mm bar. So, next bit, make up the next part of the jig. Okay, well, this is everything put together, not welded yet, but the round 25mm bar is sitting on the bearings. The plates, both of these have been machined flat on the bottom, so they'd sit dead square. As you can see, I need to make this shaft a little bit longer on the 25mm. Doesn't have to be accurate, because all that's going to do is hold the collar. Again, machined bottom face. I've done a guide ring to let me know where I've got to do the holes for holding this block square to this. I've got some rock. I need to be able to tilt it this way a little bit more, so I can dial it in. And I've when I machined this, I did it so that on the underside, the drain plug, once that's out, that will then allow it to swing a little bit further. And then that lot gets put on the faceplate and I start machining. There's a few bits. I might brace it on the corners. I've got to be very careful, because if I introduce heat through weld, it can just sort of distort a little bit, and as it stands, it's dead square. So I'm going to be putting some weld down here. I'll try and hold it on another piece of plate to stop it from deforming, but these are the things I have to sort of deal with. Probably going to do stage welding so that I don't put too much heat into the work. Next update coming soon.